Well, I don't know why that happened, because I hopped into my cockpit from the top, but here we are. Okay, alright, well, now we... Oh, man. Whoa, whoa, whoa. They say that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So, I'm learning something about myself. Hello and welcome back to another episode of No Suit Survival. Thank you for tuning in to episode 11. Okay, so let's first take a look at what are some of the things that we want to do today. Maybe double check the airlocks, seems like a good idea, but then I also have a couple other things. So there's a part of me that wants to make another tower because I want to start laying down the groundwork for another base expansion. And I kind of need the decoys to be able to expand the range where I can move without getting struck by lightning. This time I may just use like a printer. I might set up a printer to be able to make these towers. That way it's a little bit faster than having to go back and forth a bunch of different times. And then I also had this idea of making attack drones. Well, they're kind of like attack drones. They're also kind of something else. I've experimented with some ideas on how I would want to like take out these ships, and I have this idea, and I'm calling them Moorbots because of the Evermore. If we get to that today, then we'll do that. And then on top of all this, I also kind of want to build a large garage, which we may want to do prior to making the Moorbots, to be honest. And then if all goes well, if everything goes smoothly and we have enough time, I think I'd also like to set up the ice mine. But there's a lot of ifs there. Now, you know what? I'm gonna take this airlock airtight thing off. They function enough for now to make the base like livable. This is boring and I don't want to waste your time with it. And so I'll just fix this on my own, but no one wants to watch me check airlocks. So, okay. I want to make a tower printer. Let's do that. Okay. So the idea that I have in my mind is that what I'll do is I'll take this like section over here that I have railed off right now, and I'll turn that into like it's already pavement colored, so I'll just keep it going as if it's like a road. And then where this is, I'm actually gonna use this as the one part of my garage, and I'll bring it out. Where I'm going to put the next tower is 30 blocks this way. So, yeah, I'll bring it out 30 blocks, and then I'll just make like a huge, basically, hangar that I can build in that will be pressurized. That's the hope. That's the idea. And it will have garage doors on both sides, the airtight hangar doors on both sides, so that way I can drive out that way or that way, and it should all be good. Man, that is going to be quite a building. Maybe it doesn't have to be. Maybe it doesn't have to be that big, because I see myself welding up these steel plates for basically the rest of my life. So yeah, maybe we'll bring down the footprint a little bit, but we're not worrying about the garage currently. We're worrying about the tower, and I'm trying to think of an easy way to print these. Okay, I think I have an idea of how I can do it. Okay, now if you'll excuse me while I take 7.5 years to figure out the position for this projector. So I fell out of the turtle, and I just wanted to show you guys really fast. Control. Oh, yeah. See, isn't it nice when you actually do the smart thing? Something I should have done like 11 episodes ago. Alright, so here's the interesting thing about this. I was originally planning on having the welders on the bottom and me kind of like pull the tower out of the welders. But now I'm thinking, because I want it to be attached to the grid anyway, I think I can just Yeah, because this is currently weldable because I have a block underneath it. I'll actually make the welder, like the heads of the welder, move upwards, and the tower will just already be connected. So that's what we're gonna do. In order to do that, though, I do need to. Well, I need to bring those conveyors out anyway to connect the tower up so it has ammo. So I think I'll just set that up anyway, because I don't want to mess with the mine. Because, well, we remember what happened last time I tried to mess with these pipe conveyors. They do not connect to anything except for on their port sides, and so if I was to mess with this, the whole thing would just come down, and I just built it again. So let's not do that. Ruh-roh. It looks like I underestimated the width of the tower. I just need to fix that. Okay, so it looks like I just need to weld up all these pipes and pistons, and then I need to make our little welding apparatus, and then we'll be ready to print another tower. So you know what the funny thing is as I'm constructing this thing and realizing like how many welders I'm gonna need to make this thing work, I'm like, what, is this easier? The only way that I can make sure that this is easier than like just welding it up with my ship would be if I can move this to that next position. So I'm going to be keeping that in mind as I build this to see if there's a way that I can move it over. Okay, it is all designed. Now we just have to weld up all the welders. Yeah. Okay, it looks like it's done. Oh man, I think it's so funny that I designed this thing so that way I wouldn't have to fly back and forth 10,000 times with my welding ship to weld up this thing, and now I am flying back and forth 10,000 times to weld up the welding thing to weld up my to weld up my tower. If it can be engineered, it can be over-engineered. That is the lesson for today, apparently. I think I want to put some lights on this little thing so that way we can see it all, and then we'll start printing out a new tower. See if it works. Okay. Let's turn it on. Okay, so we turned it on. Now let's go with the pistons. Start to reverse that. Alright, I'm gonna take the welder back over there and I wanna take a look at this thing. It's working! It's working! Oh man, it did seem a little excessive before, but I am kind of happy with the way that this is working. This is pretty cool. Oh, I think that's the end of our pistons. Hey, you know what? I'd say that for the most part, like it got probably 90% of what we wanted it to. So I would call that a success. Just kind of wish that we had lighting, because man, it's so dusty. Actually, I bet I'll just go around here and finish up whatever it forgot to do, like the lights. Okay, so now the question is how am I going to move that enormous tower, builder? Okay. Ooh, so I have an idea. Here's the thing. If this were empty, like if all of the welders were empty, then maybe I could turn it into a ship. I don't know how I feel about that idea. Well, hold on. It could work. Yeah, and then I could just fly it over to wherever I want it to be, and then just connect it, and then put it on some pistons again, and then, yeah, let's do that. I have made this quite a challenge for myself, because now I have to convert this into a ship while I am, like, way high above the ground. Okay, let's give it a go. Well, I don't know why that happened, because I hopped into my cockpit from the top, but here we are. Okay, you know what I'm going to do, just for sake of ease, is I'm actually just going to throw a connector up here so I can mount my welding ship. Why does this keep happening to me? Okay, alright, well, now we... They say that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So, I'm learning something about myself. Well, luckily we put the remote control on it. Yeah, tell me which connector... Guess we're just doing it the old-fashioned way. Okay, so now what? Let's, Oh man, if I die again, I'm going to be so very angry. Oh no! I had one health. Left. Yep. Oh man. This was supposed to be simpler. It was supposed to be the simpler option, but look at us now. Oh, this is so sketchy. Oh, I did it. Okay, and then just come over here, come up here, hop in the cockpit. Okay, so now we have a way back up for when we fall down. Okay, let's reassess this situation. I don't think it was a good idea from the get-go, but I do think that it is. What I'm trying to say is we're at the point of no return, in a way, you know? Okay, so can I jump? Okay, I can hop down from that height. Alright, so now we can kind of just get around this area, and then I can come back over here, and I can hop in the cockpit to heal up for a second. So that'll be how we do that, and then let's make sure to label this. Oh, it was labeled welder connector. So I could have, oh my gosh, I could have had my welder come pick me up. This is extremely frustrating. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I am afraid that it's... I'm afraid that I'm going to disconnect this thing and it's just immediately going to destroy the tower that we just built, and then all of the work that we've done over the past several hours is just all going to go to nothing. That is my genuine fear. Okay, so it looks like we should be good. If I have 8 thrusters pointing downwards, 1 thruster in each direction, 4 batteries, and all of the welders are empty, it should be able to lift and fly. Okay, so now it really is just about doing it. Dang it. Oh. My welder is like being wonky. It won't weld unless I'm standing right next to it. But then, of course, I set myself up for failure and then I fall. I don't know why it is behaving this way. Okay, all we need left is just to finish this battery, put a gyro and a cockpit, and then we're ready to take off. How did I die? How? How did I die? This doesn't make any gosh dang sense. Oh man. Oh man. The blood in my body is boiling. Okay. Alright. Ooh man, I am oh so very nervous. Oh, you know what? Thank you, brain, for remembering. I have all of the batteries on recharge. If I were to disconnect it right this second, it would have been a catastrophic failure. Auto, 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 auto. Okay, alright. Let's see. Oh, it's working. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It is working. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring this thing down over here, somewhat close to the base, and then before I do anything else, let me hop back into the turtle, and let's hop off over here, and let's put a landing gear, mag plate, right there. I have plenty of stuff. I do have plenty of stuff in my inventory. Why you be like this right now? Whatever. Let's see if I can do it with my hands. Alright, we got the mag plate on. Let's finish up this project by bringing this thing down. Okay, it's locked. Let's take this thing off. You did good, welder. You did good. Dang, man, this thing is a beast. So the good news is, with this thing, now I can print so many towers. That's the only redeeming quality of this whole endeavor that we've kind of, like, this rabbit hole we've gone down, is that, was it good for one tower to be built? Absolutely not. But it definitely will make it so that the rest of the towers that we later endeavor to build will be as simple as just like putting 3 pistons on top of each other to just plug it into, so that way it has access to all that inventory, and then we can just boom, weld up a tower. So that'll be nice. Alright, and then I just need to set up a better landing gear situation, so that way it's not in the way when I'm trying to weld stuff. Okay, alright. It looks like we're good to go on this thing. We have the connector on the side over here, on that side on the left. We have a landing gear with a mag plate on it, so that way we can park it. And yeah, I think we just need to set up our projector and our pistons, and I think we're good to make another tower. Okay, to be completely honest, I do not want to build another tower right this second. After all that we just went through, I'd rather work on something else, because that took a long time, and building another one seems kind of boring right now. So let me grab my welding ship, and I'm going to just move our new welding platform somewhere else. I should probably make a way to get on top of it without having to just use this thing, but for now this works. I'm thinking we'll just move this thing over kind of by this tower over here so it's out of the way. Okay, and let's take it off like that. Alright, and we'll just leave the welder thing over there for a minute until we make its charging station. Okay, good stuff. Okay, let's head downstairs and let's figure out what's next on the to-do list. Oh, maybe I don't even have to go downstairs. I wonder if I can just see it from here. Okay, so it says build large garage. Here's the thing. I've been building this tower and this welder thing for so long. I think I'd rather make them more bots, because this will be way more fun. So let me kind of explain the idea that I had for the more bots. So my idea is that I'm gonna create, it's basically a hockey puck of death. So it's gonna be a skid. Essentially what it's supposed to be is it's going to be a bunch of heavy armor and a bunch of decoys in the bottom of it. And then it's going to kind of come up, and then at the top I'm gonna have a couple turrets. The idea is that I'll just have I'll have it set up so I can like hold on to maybe like one or two of those and just drive around with them to wherever I want to go, and then I detach them from the Evermore, and then I can take control of them and kind of like scoot them into place. Well, I'll start by building one, and then I'll blueprint it, because this thing, one thing this thing will be really helpful for is mass producing things like this. Oh, and look, we have a new victim that is falling out of the sky right next to my welder. Boom. Okay, so I'm gonna move the Evermore a little bit out of the way, and then we'll use this little area down here to build our new little thing. Okay, slight change of plans. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little area right here where I can bring my welding ship, so that way I can like take it, weld, and then charge it while I'm kind of figuring stuff out. So I'm gonna give it a slight. Alright, now let's see. What do I have in my inventory? Alright, I have enough stuff to get this party started over here. Oh, whoops. Oh, that's not very good. Okay, well, looks like we should fix that. Okay, we fixed it again. Alright, let me just make sure that I set all this stuff up. Looks like we're back in business. Back onto the hockey puck of death. Okay, now let's put these decoys. Okay, so here's the general idea. We have 5 decoys that are hidden throughout the base of this thing, and then we also have thrusters that will help push it in different directions. I have a remote control and an antenna in this thing, and so I can drive it around And so the idea is that I'll connect like 2 of these things to either the sides or to the back of the Evermore. And then when I get within range, but before the other ships start firing, I will disconnect them from the Evermore, and I'll start scooting these things in place. And then hopefully, with all the heavy plates that they have on them, it will be able to take a few hits and get a few of those turrets off. So that's the general idea behind these kind of drone bot things. So I guess we'll see if they work. I need to blueprint it so I can print them, and then I also need to I probably need to like put a rotor on it or something so I can charge it up. Okay. So now I just need to make sure that I can get the wheels unstuck, because they seem to be kind of stuck a little bit. I wonder if I can give them a little bit of a nudge with the Evermore. Let's give it a go. There we go. Starting to move a little bit. Aha! There we go. Okay, and then let's actually let's do it while we're in the Evermore so we don't lose health. Oh, that doesn't want me to do it while I'm in the Evermore. That makes sense. Ooh, you know what I forgot to put on it? Gyros. Nice. Alright, well, I need to figure out where I'm going to put a gyro. Okay, we'll let that charge up. Okay, now let's screw some gyros. Alright, it's recharging, and then I'll put some ammo and stuff in it later. But the cool thing is that now that it's built, I can just mass produce them. That's the main thing. So as long as this one works, even if it gets destroyed, and we can iterate, we can make better versions of it, we can see if it's practical or not. I hope it's practical, because if not, I just spent a great deal of time making nothing. so hopefully it's worth it. I will, however, say that I did I put the red right here because I thought that was the front, where the which way the remote control was facing, but in fact this is the front. I've kind of parked it on the side. You know what? I'm gonna actually paint that white, and then I can paint red on the other sides. Sweet. Yes. Okay, I also need to put some cameras on it. Okay, so that's set to recharge, and we have the camera on it and all that stuff. So I'll name it in a second. I'm gonna let it recharge for a little bit, but then I need to blueprint it before we take it out anywhere. But since we're kind of building connection points anyway, let's charge up the old Evermore. Also, let's repaint this back to what it was supposed to be. You know what? What I might do is I might just get rid of these stairs right here and make a stairway. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, and then this will be the way I get down. So then this I will get rid of, and instead we will make it into a place to charge the Evermore, because this is kind of where I park it anyway. Okay, so it's not really like in a perfect position, so I'll probably have to put it on a piston. You know what, for now, because eventually I'm gonna want to set it up so the Evermore actually can like pull cargo and stuff like that, but kind of not at that point right now. So what I'll do instead is get rid of this, and I'll just drop it down one. I'll put a rotor head, because I was thinking, you know, I haven't really attempted claying enough today, so might as well give it a go, right? Hey, there we go, and it is now charging. Huh, that actually worked out like exactly the way that I planned, which is not something that happens very often for me. So I'm pretty happy. Alright, we have a new docking pad for the welding ship. We have our new Moorbot, is I think what I'm going to call it for now. And I need to remember to blueprint it, so I'm going to put that on my to-do list. We just docked the Evermore right here. This is ugly, so I need to do something about that. I'm gonna make an emergency exit ramp as well. Just cause it's always nice to have extra pathing. Hey, this is editor me chiming in. You know, sometimes it is really difficult to work with myself as an editor after the fact, because most of the time I'm trying to fix a lot of the mistakes that I make, like saying all the time or things like that. But sometimes I just totally go off on a tangent and I make no verbal cue as to transitioning my mindset from doing one thing to the other. It's just like squirrel, and then I move on to something else. And so there really is no way to transition into what happens next. I was working on one thing, and then I started thinking about food, and then I was like, I wonder how to do that, and gave no indication that that's where things were going. So here we are. So how does this work? So if I were to grab these tomato seeds, I need to do some research on these, because I made these, but here, hold on. Okay, so it says use gravel, nutrient solution, and drinking water. Oh, it says nutrient solution is made in the food processor, and then drinking water, and then I can turn it into veggies/vegan food packets. So I need a food processor. Is a food processor and a food resequencer the same thing? Yeah, so it looks like the food resequencer and whatever it says in the guide, the food whatever, is the same thing. Okay, so I need one of these. Yeah, let's just do this. Okay, we now have a food resequencer. Okay, so now I can make the synth food, which we've been doing, and nutrient solution is what it said. So we need to make some nutrient solution, and then with the nutrient solution, we take that and we can put it into one of these and some drinking water. Oh, and oh, there we go. Okay, so that'll take a little bit of time. It said that this process is a long one. I'm sure Izzy's script will help do that. Okay, cool. So then we'll take this stuff, and what can we make with that stuff? Vegan tofu. How do I make a cheeseburger? Because this guy deserves a cheeseburger, or just a space meal. But no, cheeseburger would be the way to go. So I need tofu food packs, which are just made from the soy products, and then the soy products as well. Okay. Alright, so it seems like what I should do is I should just make a bunch of this stuff, and then turn on my sorter again, so that way it does the thing. So it's not going to put the nutrient solution in the farms, but that's okay. Alright, so nutrient, this stuff. Alright, and I'll just put a little bit in each one of these, so like that. Okay, so now each one of these is making this stuff. Awesome. Oh man, I have so much wastewater. I should also make one of those water recyclers too, since we're in the progression era of food. That works, why not? Alright, there we go. Now we can recycle all of the water and get some organics while we're in the process. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Alright, so it also looks like the crop grower. I feel as though I have been bamboozled. I was under the impression that the hydroponics was just an upgraded version of the crop grower, but that is not the case. They do totally different things. Hey, there we go, a storm coming in. Okay, so in reading this stuff, it really doesn't look like I need the crop grower. It's just like you can grow veggies and stuff like that, but like to make like a cheeseburger, yeah, to make like a cheeseburger and things like that, I really don't need it. So I think that this greenhouse is cool enough as it is, so I don't need to mess it up with putting more stuff down. So we'll just keep waiting for it to produce all this soy product. Whoa, what just got zapped? Oh, it's hitting the decoys on the... Oh no. Oh, I gotta turn that off. Dude, leave me alone. Oh my gosh. Only one has survived. Goodness gracious, man. Rather than going for the huge decoy tower right there, it goes straight for that thing. Gosh, ridiculous. Okay, well, I'm hungry, so let's see if we have enough soy product to help us out in this situation. I can make a hamburger. Oh yeah. Living large and in charge. Eating hamburgers. I feel like if I was trapped on a planet like this and I found a way to process and make like a hamburger, I'd be pretty pumped. Dang, man, I didn't even get to take the Morbot out. That is a bummer. Luckily, I do have it blueprinted, so I can just project the blueprint onto itself and then just use the welding ship to weld it back up. So, I think that's what we'll do. But it looks like we're getting about to the end of the time for this episode, so we really only got like 2 of the main things that we set out to do. But that's mostly because this project, this like flying welding monstrosity, took us so long because I just kept falling and dying, and it was so frustrating. So we made another tower. I would also like to check off the fact that we made tower printer ship. We have not built a large garage yet, but we did make the Morbot. Next time, I need to fix the Morbot and blueprint with gyros. I want to build the large garage, but here's the question. Do I want to build the large garage before or after I do the ice mine? You know what? I think because of this mod that Splitsy made, the survival unlikely mod, it makes it so it's like it takes a long time to process ice into hydrogen and fill up hydrogen tanks. So there's just going to be a lot of time that it's just going to take for us to fill up any kind of hydrogen. So I think I want to set up the ice mine first, because both of these projects are going to require significant resources to build. And so I think I'd rather set this up because it's going to just need time to process. And then while this is processing, I can worry about building our large garage. So all of that to come. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in to No Suit Survival, and we'll catch you next time.